It's me, who else? This is Minc Law News, formerly Defamation News. There's just simply too much going on besides defamation that we cover in our law practice. I'm Cassandra Harner, and I am not a lawyer, I just work here. Today we're covering some heavier stuff like non-consensual intimate image sharing, sextortion, and of course defamation, including meta AI hallucinations, so stay tuned. I received a request to cover this story from right down the road in Akron, Ohio. Although the case is closed, it's good to keep tabs on the locals. Jim Nice, the former Akron police chief, sued the city for defamation in 2023. Nice resigned in disgrace due to allegations of racially charged comments against a fellow officer, an affair with another officer, and obstructing a criminal investigation involving his nephew. He asserted that the mayor and Chief Ball made these defamatory claims to coerce him to resign. The judge threw out Nice's lawsuit, declaring it to be frivolous and that he resigned voluntarily. Nice appealed, but then the court found that the defendants were protected by sovereign immunity, which lost him the suit. If you have a defamation story you want me to cover, comment below. What is defamation news without our current president? Trump is suing the Pulitzer Prize Board for awarding the New York Times and the Washington Post for reporting on the allegations that Trump colluded with Russia during his 2016 campaign.
Remember that?
The board recently requested to delay the lawsuit until Trump leaves office because of complications involving a state court exercising authority over the president. The court rejected this argument, allowing the case to proceed. Don't worry, we will have a special video coming soon that details all the defamation suits where Trump is involved right now. I wonder how all those attorneys are doing. Another familiar face, Fox News is embroiled in a defamation suit with California Governor Gavin Newsom. Trump can't help but make an appearance in this case as well, where he accused Newsom of lying about a phone call they had back in June of this year. Fox News host Jesse Waters covered the story, including on-screen text that read Gavin lied about Trump's call. Newsom sued for $787 million big ones, but offered to dismiss if the statement was retracted, and he issued a public apology. This was Jesse Waters' apology.
Now Newsom's telling us what was in his head when he wrote the tweet. He didn't deceive anybody on purpose, so I'm sorry. He wasn't lying. He was just confusing and unclear. Next time, Governor, why don't you just say what you mean?
Sounds like somebody needs to read the book, Why Won't You Apologize? It wasn't good enough for Newsom either, so he continues to pursue the lawsuit. Fox News filed a motion to dismiss, but Newsom says he's looking forward to the fight. Republican Rep from Florida Cory was accused of non-consensual intimate image abuse, often referred to as revenge porn. He threatened to release private images and videos of a beauty pageant title holder after their breakup. Mills has denied the claims. Investigations are ongoing and no charges have yet been filed. I don't care how bad the breakup was, don't release your ex's nudes. It's not only a gross thing to do, but it's also a crime. If this ever happens to you, please give us a call. We know how to help. Unlike common cases of non-consensual image sharing, sextortion is known to be an advanced criminal operation. This next story involves a teenager who took his own life because of a sextortion attack. Sextortionists often pretend to be attractive young people and manipulate their targets into sending explicit photos that they can use to blackmail their targets for money. These victims are, a lot of the time, younger than 18. In 2022, a team of sextortionists targeted Jordan DeMay, a 17-year-old from Michigan. The criminals demanded $1,000 from DeMay, and even after he sent $300, the threats didn't stop, and it led to him taking his own life on March 25th. Two of the sextortionists directly involved with DeMay were sentenced in September 2024. 3 other men that were found to be involved in the operation were sentenced to probation this year. Jordan DeMay's story is unfortunately not unique. Here at Minc Law, we receive messages every day from people who are being threatened with sextortion in the same way. If you're experiencing this right now, don't hesitate to reach out. Never pay a sextortionist. Remember that you always have a choice, and you never have to do anything that you don't want to do. Look out for this emerging online threat called swatting, which is a false report of a serious emergency like a shooting, a hostage situation, or a bomb threat. Reports like these will send an armed SWAT team to a target's location. This trend has been going on for a while, and it's been common on gaming platforms where competitive disputes would escalate to swatting attacks. Caller ID spoofing made it easier for perpetrators to hide their identity. Targets of swatting can suffer from severe consequences from armed police confrontations, including wrongful detention, property damage, financial damage, and not to mention the risk of psychological and physical trauma. Swatting also wastes critical resources that could be used for real emergencies. Law enforcement now treats it as a serious crime, and there are swatting registries being developed to track perpetrators and protect victims. Some police departments suggest contacting them about a potential swatting attack before they occur. Then if they do receive a false alarm, they can take extra precautions and investigate further before deploying SWAT teams or armed police. Meta AI is at it again, spreading allegedly false information about conservative activist Robbie Starbuck. The AI chatbot claimed he was a white nationalist involved in the January 6th riot, along with accusations of Holocaust denial, misdemeanors, lawsuits, and links to QAnon. Starbuck denied all of these claims. He tried contacting Meta to correct the issue, but the AI continued to produce these statements for months. The suit settled, and Starbuck will work with Meta's team to try to reduce the perceived anti-conservative bias in AI chatbots. He hopes this collab will reduce defamatory hallucinations and set industry standards for ethical AI practices. This was maybe not quite defamation, but I just really wanted to cover this weird story. A situation she is now calling Bunnygate. Anna Delvey had a photo shoot with a couple of rabbits who were later found to be abandoned in a box in a nearby park. She was accused of being the one to abandon the creatures, but it was her 19-year-old assistant who lied to Anna and her team about how the rabbits were acquired and later abandoned. Anna released the screenshots proving her innocence in the situation, including a screenshot of her receipt of a $1,000 donation to All About Rabbits Rescue. Anna explained that despite this evidence and the admission of guilt from the assistant, she continues to receive death threats and hundreds of vile, harassing messages. She has since cut ties with the photographer and the assistant involved. That's all the news I have for you today. Stay vigilant out there on the internet. Be careful with who you choose to trust, whether that's AI, a stranger in your DMs, your batty teenage assistant, or even your politician boyfriend. I'm Cassandra Harner. Thanks for watching.